Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is KK, and today we're in another setting. My room is right by the living room, and again, I told you guys in the last video I don't have a bedroom door, so we are trying out another location. Also, I don't have my glasses on today because I'm using a ring light since this room is kind of dark. Anyways, I am back with another video. Look at that. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. I only have a few questions, but the questions that were submitted I actually really like a lot. So I am going to be reading them off of my laptop because I only have, I'm only filming off of my phone. So I'm going to be reading all of my questions off, of my computer. I really am excited to film this video. I hope you guys like it too. And without further ado, let's get into it. First question is, how do you deal with a stressful time? Okay. Usually what I used to do is, I used to just kind of allow the stress in my life to just kind of build up. And I would create stress in my own life because I would procrastinate so much and I would wait till the last minute to get things done and just put it off and put it off and put it off. So what would happen is when I finally had to address the situation, it had become so stressful that I would have an anxiety attack and I would break down and I would cry and I wouldn't be able to handle the situation and all this stuff would be going through my mind and just a bunch of different things. And I would just kind of try and control the situation myself. And I wouldn't allow God to handle the situation. So, that is what I would do, like what I used to do. Now, how I handle a stressful situation is I take a deep breath. And when I'm stressed, I try not to shut down because that's what I'm so used to doing. And I try to look at it in a way that it doesn't seem so stressful to me. So what I would do is like I'll try to, maybe if it's like has to do with like, oh, homework. I have to get all this homework done in like a week or whatever. What I'll do is instead of allowing that stress to just kind of overwhelm me, if it's not something that I can control, like family situation or something like that, I've learned to kind of pray about it. It'll still be in my mind, but I get a kind of peace about it to where I don't have to stress as much as I would. So, that's kind of what I try to do in stressful situations. Okay, the next question is, what are your current short-term goals? Now, I have some short-term physical goals and some short-term spiritual goals. Physical would be more educational goals, I would say. One of my short-term goals, educational-wise, is I'm trying to graduate high school on time with a good GPA, and I am trying to also dual enroll this summer, and that is something I'm working on right now currently, and hopefully it works out because the school has been giving me a hard time. Now, spiritually, short-term goals, this year I have put my mind into reading more devotions by myself and with my family, with my sisters at least. And we started reading a book called Speak Love. I don't know the name of the author, but if I find the book, I will link it down below so you guys can check out the book. It's a devotion for girls, but some of the stuff that she does say is really like, it like imprints in my mind. And I am trying to finish that book with my sisters, and I'm also reading another devotion by myself, just a 365-day devotion, and those are also some short-term spiritual goals, just to keep reading devotions like that and just to kind of help allow them to me not to read them, but to also absorb spiritually what it says in the devotions, what God is trying to speak to me, so I can grow from using. I don't know if I communicated that properly how I wanted to, but pretty much I just want God to speak to me through those devotions, and short term I want to finish them and just get something out of it. Obviously that'll affect my long term, but short term, that's something spiritually that I want to do. 2 long-term goals. Okay. I have a lot of long-term goals. I will just do another educational and another spiritual. This might be a little bit longer of a clip because I don't really sit down and plan out my long-term goals, which is kind of bad. Like, you should have a long-term goal. So educational wise, a long-term goal would be to transfer out of the college that I'm trying to go to, that I'm dual enrolling at if I end up staying there for my AA, into a university to go to vet school. I still have it on my heart to go to vet school. I have been, persistent with this since I was a child. Like, for my family and my friends that have been around in my life for a while, everybody should know that I've always wanted to be a vet since I was a kid, and I still do. So I do want to go to vet school and graduate as a long-term goal and start up a business. My sister and I have actually discussed starting a business together. I would be the medical side of it and she would be the training side of it. She wants to be a animal trainer specializing in canine training and service dogs. But yeah, we want to do something like that together. So that is a long-term goal, I'd say. Now spiritually, there's so much I want to change in my spiritual life, and I'm currently working towards stuff like that. The devotion Speak Love that I am reading with my sisters, long term, I do want to change how I speak life and love into situations. Like, I want to have a positive impact when I say things, spiritually, and for me that is a long process because of the fact that I have a short fuse, or sometimes I'm very easily angered. So God has been recently showing me a lot to be slow to anger, to be more understanding, and to have a softer approach when I approach situations and when I approach even my family. That is a long-term goal that I want to have. Obviously, there's a lot of other things I want to grow spiritually, but just how I speak to other people about my beliefs and my faith, just be more open about it, kind of not, I want to be a little bit more bold about it. That's also something that I've been convicted about recently, just being more bold with my faith. And that is something that I want to work on, not only long term, but short term as well. I want to start taking those steps. I don't want to wait till I'm older, or wait till it's too late to share the gospel with somebody or share about my faith, my testimony. And so that is what I am striving to do long term spiritually. Also, I'm very open to anything else that God has for me. Those are some things that I can think of right now, but I know that there will be a lot of other things as time goes on. Those are two of my long-term goals for the future, or now. All right, question number 4. What do you say you enjoy most about this season in your life? Now, this season of my life, I feel like has been the best by far. I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of growing this year so far. We're in May now, but I've been saying this since February. God has really just been growing me and maturing me, and I can feel it. And, a lot of times you notice it when other people notice it about you, but I have been noticing it in myself before like anybody's ever said anything. Like I don't know if anybody said anything to me, but I feel like spiritually this has been a big growing season, and emotionally, and I'm so grateful for it. Like this season of my life, I have enjoyed most seeing the change in myself and feeling the difference in myself because of things that have happened and because of, what I've learned. So yeah, I feel like that's something that I truly enjoy in this season. And something else that I truly enjoy is the relationships that I have with my family. Like my immediate family, like my mom, my dad, and my sisters. Everything that we've gone through has brought us to this season in our lives. And I truly, like, without a doubt can say that I have never been closer to my family. And in this season, like we're just in such a good place. Like, I'm not saying I want us to stay here, obviously, because I don't want to stay, like, in this place. I want us to grow more together. But God has brought us so close together, and I can genuinely say it is probably the most, I enjoy. Because I'm able to spend time with them, and we're able to be so open with each other and so communicative, and that is, like, something that I'm so grateful for. Like, I'm always grateful for it. So, yeah, that is something, I can never pick one thing, as you can probably tell. Those are two things I really do enjoy most about this season that I'm currently in my life. All right, question number 5. If you can change something in your current season, what would it be and why? Okay. Physically, I would say the distance from my dad. My dad got a job in a different state, and right now it is pretty hard. Like, he's only been gone for about a month, and we're usually used to him traveling so far, like, traveling for long periods of time, but because of the fact that he is, like, instead of being, like, one state away, he's, like, across the country, let's just say that, because I can't count how many states away he is. He's now across the country, and that kind of, like, it doesn't affect our relationship. As a matter of fact, it kind of helps us appreciate him more, and, like, we miss him a lot, like, every day, but that's something I would physically change, just the distance that we could, like, I wish we could be together. Spiritually, something I could change, I wish I could change my fear, or not fear, but my hesitation to share my testimony with other people and to share what I've been through with other people. Yeah, like, that's probably one of the biggest things, because I hear people talking about it, and, like, I'll, like, hear people, like, share their testimonies or talk about how their testimony has changed other people, and I didn't really realize I had a testimony until I turned, I'd say, like, 16. And so I realized how much I missed out. And by the time I learned, oh, God really did this in my life, like, that is something I can share, I realized that there were so many people's lives that I could change. Everybody that knows me knows I'm a very social person. So the fact that, like, I don't talk openly about that is kind of, like, it just kind of, it's kind of disappointing for me. Especially now that I'm trying to change it. So it's like I realize it more and more. So yeah, that's probably something I would spiritually change. And I realized that I'm making this video, it's probably going to be so long. But I do want to be more open and address the physical and the spiritual in my life, because that is a big part of my life. And I don't want to keep it a secret, and I don't want to allow it to be on the back burner. The next question is, who is God to you? To me, I'm learning, like, more.
Stop playing with your hair, please. Like, oh my gosh.
That God is my Father. Now, my whole life, I've been raised in church. So when we say God's our Father, like, my rock, my redeemer, my friend, my stronghold, my oh my gosh, I can't even, like, I don't even know how those words came to my mind, you know? Father to me was just kind of another word. Like, yeah, he's your dad, spiritually, whatever. But going through this season of my life, I'm learning more that he is my father. Like, he's more than just my dad. And I'm not like undermining my dad. God is showing me that there's so much more to to him being my father. You know what I mean? Like, he has been not only loving me and showing me grace and showing me mercy, he's been convicting me and telling me, listen, like, we need to change this, or we need to, he's been using other people. He's been using the devotions I've been reading. He's been using videos, worship music. You know, God speaks to us through all kinds of that. He's been using the Bible through all of the devotions, through all the conversations I've had, through all the Bible verses I've read. You know, he has been consistently showing me certain things. So I can genuinely say that I now have a definition to that, and I have a personal meaning to that, and like hold on that in my life. So I can, like, without a doubt say that God to me is a father. Like, I do not regret any of it, and I do not, like, wish anything was different, because of the fact that I'm learning, and it's a learning experience, and the only thing I wish is I wish I would have done it sooner. Like, I wish I would have taken these steps and, like, actually push myself and challenge myself, not push myself, but challenge myself sooner than I have now. Like, I waited till I was 18 to be like, okay, it's time to get serious, or to actually take action and get serious, because my last and final question is something a little bit lighter. Okay, the last and final question is something that is not as heavy as the other topic. It asks, would you shave off all your hair for a good cause, or would you dye your whole head pink for no reason? Now, my answer is both. Okay? Now, if I had to choose one, I would obviously choose shave all of my hair off for a good cause. Like, and if someone that I knew or somebody had asked me, you know, hey, my friend's going through this, or my family member's going through this, or I know somebody that's going through something, and I want to do something to support them, or they're asking for me to do that to support them, I would without a doubt do it. You know, I would shave my head. Because for me, my hair grows back. You know, for them it might not. And it would be, like, such a privilege for me to be able to do that, to show that I love and care about someone. I said both because I've actually talked about and thought about dyeing my hair pink. Right now, like, literally the only part of my hair that's dyed is probably, like, this half, and it's because I dyed it back brown. I had my hair blonde for 2 years almost. I think 2 years. And it did a lot of damage. I also dyed it teal in that time, and I would dye my hair for no reason. Pretty much any color except for, like, yellow or brown. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will leave links down below for the devotion that I'm reading with my sisters, for my friend's channel, to Maria. Thank you guys so much again also for sending in those questions. I want an in-depth video on my faith and maybe a testimony. Also comment down below, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Is it? Do you guys see that? Oh my gosh. And not like, I don't hear him speaking, Carelis, you need to get it together. No. He's been the devotions. I don't know if I, like, iterated? Is that a word?